Hey, friends, get your facts straight. That's going to be our devotional encouragement for today's video. We're going to be starting a new story in John chapter 4. You should read the whole chapter. We're going to be in it for at least a week, maybe a little over that. We got to get really familiar with this story because it's going to teach us some really unique things about Jesus that are different from what you imagine if you just looked at church people today. And so I'm really excited about this story. It's one of my favorites in the Bible. But we're going to read the first three verses, and then we're going to talk about this idea of getting your facts straight. Now, Jesus learned that the Pharisees had heard that he was gaining and baptizing more disciples than John, although in fact, it was not Jesus who baptized, but his disciples. So he left. So he left Judah and went back once more to Galilee. So these first John's disciples are upset with Jesus because some of the followers of John are going to Jesus. Now the Pharisees, the religious leaders, are getting upset with Jesus because they think Jesus is doing this thing, and what's actually happening is just as bad, as what they think it is, because people are still leaving them to go follow Jesus. But the only problem that these guys, the problem that these guys had was that they were wrong they were mad at the wrong thing. And like I said, I don't know if it would have made any difference if they would have realized what was actually happening, but it got me thinking um, how frequently I, probably you, get upset at a situation before we have all the facts, only to find out we were wrong in our assessment. But now we look silly. So even if we are right ultimately, we've lost credibility to be able to be right, if that makes sense. And so I think followers of Jesus, we need to be a people who slow down. I think James tells us slow to anger. We've got to figure out what's going on. We've got to make sure that we have the facts right before we confront situations, because we do want to be able to do so credibly. It would have been better if these guys would have just slowed down and verified the information. Then they could have at least been offended by the right thing. And so it just got me thinking that, every time that you and I get mad about something that we have the wrong information about, we will never respond correctly. We've got to slow down, get our facts straight, and then proceed as Jesus would. I hope that helps. Have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.